But in college, nobody knew me, so I could be anything I wanted to be. And man, I wanted to be the anime mysterious guy. And holy shit, did it lead to a very embarrassing and lonely first year of my college. I'd argue I was the life of parties when I went out. And by that I mean I made people scared for their lives when I went out to parties. I used to go to clubs because I obviously wasn't really getting invited to house parties. Because who's gonna want to invite the guy who doesn't talk because he thinks it's cool not to? Like, I would blatantly just avoid answering questions in class. If I got called on, I'd just blow it off like, oh yeah. I wouldn't even give like a yes or a no. I wouldn't be like a no, I don't know the answer. I wouldn't even give the answer. I'd just be like, oh yeah, my bad. So I'm at this party, it's a house party, and there's a pool. And as the night continued, I didn't really interact with many people, pretty much anyone aside from Andrew, who I went with. So obviously no one was gonna come out of their way to invite me to a house party. No one got to know me my freshman year. So I'd go to clubs by myself. Towards the end of the night, as people started getting a bit sloppy, they started doing beer catching trick shots. And it was cool. And I at this point thought, this is my chance. This is my time to shine. I can stand out and make friends by being the guy that makes a cool beer catch. And one of the tricks that they did that I thought would be, my time to hop in is they were doing it over the pool. So they were doing like cool between the leg tosses over the pool, and someone would go in, do like a 360 and catch it before hitting the water. I thought, this is it. I know I can front flip into this pool. I knew I could do it, and I thought it'd be the coolest thing those eyes had ever seen. I thought everyone would be like uproariously cheering me, going wild, like, holy fuck, this dude just front flipped into the pool and caught a beer. I was running through this fantasy in my head. I was like, yep, this is how I do it. I'm gonna be the coolest fucking dude on campus. So I teed up at the end of the pool, I'm queuing up, I'm ready. Everyone's still around the pool, cheering on cool catches, booing misses, and I knew that this was my time to shine. No one's paid any attention to me up until this point. No one is looking at me on the end of the pool there. So in order to get their attention, I start like clapping, like, hey, I'm ready. Toss me the pigskin. Give me the rock. I'm ready. Feed me. So I'm clapping, trying to get like their attention. The dudes that are tossing the beers, like setting up the trick shots. And then eventually one of them does look at me, and without a second thought, the second we lock eyes, I just do a front flip into the pool, barely, mind you, and I have my arms straight up, and I don't finish the whole rotation, so I end up on my ass with my hands up in the air, and no one throws a beer. We never talked after this. I can't imagine why. But we never spoke or anything. Nothing ever came of this, unsurprisingly. However, I'm sure if we did, I would have been still just as socially inept talking in person as I was on the Facebook Messenger. She probably just up and quit that day. That was probably the last straw right there. I don't know, because I never went back. I was just so goddamn embarrassed about this whole thing, but I do imagine she quit that day. But yeah, I tell you this story in the hopes that people will learn from it. Don't make the same mistakes I did. So the lesson, ladies and gentlemen, don't be weird. That's always the advice I give to someone going into college and shit. Just don't be weird. Don't be super forward. Don't be super out there. Just be normal conversations. Let things, simmer, develop, sniff things out.